Hi everyone, Brendan Tui here. I just wanted to share with you guys a cool thing, well I think it's cool, a cool thing that I bought during lockdown which I think could have some good educational benefits, and it is this keyless clarinet. I'll show you. No tone holes, no keys, just a light clarinet body. Why does this exist? You may be familiar with keyless saxophones. Keyless saxophones have been around for quite a while, perhaps most famously advocated for by Sigurd Rascher, famous clarinet virtuoso and pedagogue, very big name in the saxophone world. I'll throw some images up on the screen now of some keyless saxophones. You can get them for alto, tenor and even baritone. You may even be able to get them for soprano as well. Anyway, they're mainly used for teaching students to control overtones, or the different notes in the harmonic series. And I thought that was really cool. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a keyless saxophone, so I thought, what about clarinets? And sure enough, I found that you can get keyless clarinet bodies from China. I really wish that I'd filmed my sort of unboxing and initial impressions of this, because it was really funny when it arrived. It didn't come in a box. It basically came in like an envelope, like a parcel, and each individual joint was just wrapped in bubble wrap. So it came with no case. It came with no corks on the tenons. It did come with 2 barrels, but the barrels are really short. One of them 62 millimeters, the other one 65 millimeters, and it really needs 66, maybe even 67 to get down to a proper low E. So once I could get some corks on it and once I could get some barrels on it, I actually picked up this, it's a DEG AccuBore barrel, which is really powerful, awesome barrel, 66 millimeters. A friend of mine was using this for outdoor, like military bands, like marching bands, and it's perfect for that. So I find it actually works really, really well. I also picked up a Bakun barrel. Overkill, I know, it's worth more than the whole thing, but it's 67 millimeters, so that's why I was interested in trying that one as well. Anyway, I might actually play on my regular B flat of choice, which is a Yamaha CSG3 in gold plate, as you can see, with the low F correction lever. And I'm just going to play a low E. Okay, and I'll put it on the keyless clarinet with the DEG AccuBore barrel. So you can hear it's quite a bit sharper. It's almost a quarter tone sharp, and that's with the 66 millimeter barrel. With the 67 millimeter barrel, it's still sharp as well. So I just kind of pull out all the joints as much as I can. I also thought about putting a different bell on, but all the bells that I've tried are actually shorter than this bell. This bell is actually quite long, so I don't think changing the bell is going to affect it too much. Anyway, I've just pulled out all the joints now. So that's a bit better. That's a bit more closely in tune to the low E on my regular B flat. Now, what's the point of this? Why is this interesting? It's a little bit like, obviously it's similar to the keyless saxophone. You can use it to do overtones. You get the idea. Obviously you can do that on the regular B flat as well. It's a little bit trickier though. I'm going to finger a low E. So it is a little bit trickier, but you can do it. The best way to do it, you probably won't be able to see, but I'll cover the bell with my leg. Takes a bit of fiddling to get half the bell kind of covered. Anyway, that wasn't very good, but you get the idea. So yeah, you have to kind of partially cover the bell, which means you're kind of leaning on your leg and things while fingering the note, low E. But on this, you don't have to finger the note, you can just cover the bell like that. So that's a little bit easier. And I thought, apart from doing harmonics and, you know, the Overtone series, what else could I use this for? And I thought it'd be really great to do long tones. It's a little bit like using the breath builder. So if you're not familiar with the breath builder basically creates a lot of resistance, and you have to keep the ping pong ball at the top of the tube. So it's a little bit like doing that with the breath builder, but this is better. This is better because you're using your own mouthpiece, your own reed, and you're actually practicing your embouchure and producing a tone. Really good for students, either young students or advancing students. They can use their own mouthpiece. They could probably use their own barrel as well. And it frees your fingers up. It frees your hands up. You're not, firstly it's really light, so you're not holding the weight of the instrument up, but also your fingers don't have any resistance pushing the keys or the tone holes. You're not squeezing or anything like that. So another exercise that I like to do is just hold that low E and do some finger exercises. Seem really strange, but it's a really weird feeling when you do it. Your fingers just become so light and there's absolutely no tension at all. And then when you go back to B flat, everything just feels super easy and responsive. The other thing this is great for is articulation. So I'll just play a simple exercise. If I go back to my B flat clarinet now. You get the idea. I'm basically using as much air as possible and trying to apply that tone of the low E to every single note over the whole range. Another thing that I like to use, sorry, just switching back. Another thing that I like to use this for is phrase mapping. So I'll give this to a student and say, play me the opening of a piece you're playing. Play the opening of Mozart on this. Play the opening of Brahms' Second Sonata. Play the opening of Weber 2 on this, and it'll sound ridiculous because it's all a low E. You can do the fingers at the same time, but it shows where your phrasing is. This will sound ridiculous, but I'll give it a go. See if you can guess the piece. You can follow the fingers, so it'll be easy. So that was the opening of Mozart Concerto. Again, sounds ridiculous, but it's a great way to show your phrase mapping. Another exercise that I like to do is, say, like Beethoven 4, the articulated excerpt in the fourth movement. Super light fingers. Again, forcing the air, like you're supporting every note like it's a low E. I'm actually rushing the fingers now because I'm so used to it being light on the keyless clarinet. So now I'm finding my fingers need to catch up to my tongue. My tongue wants to go faster than the fingers. There you go, it's getting there. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's a really cool little novelty, I guess, educational tool. Good to use with young students or advancing students. Again, it's basically just the clarinet of the keyless saxophone. What am I trying to say? The keyless saxophone of the clarinet world. There you go. Let me know if you have some ideas for other uses of this that I haven't thought of. But mainly, yeah, I think it's great for long tones, overtones, articulation. Could also be used for multiple articulation, double tonguing, triple tonguing, and phrase mapping and dynamics exercises. So yeah, pretty cool. And I think I forgot to mention at the beginning, this cost $30 or less than $30, including free postage from China. So I won't link it below. If you just go to eBay and search unfinished clarinet body, it should come up. Make sure you set your search to international so all the Chinese search results come up, and definitely arrange it by cheapest first. There's no point in spending a lot of money. I think this was the cheapest one at the time. You can get them in wood as well. They're more kind of like the $200 mark. I don't think there's any point for an unfinished body. I don't think it'll change the sound that much. You may as well get a plastic ABS one for under $30. Although that price can be misleading. I did have to get corks added to it, and it doesn't come with a case. And I did have to get some barrels because obviously my CSG barrels are 55 millimeters and I needed some 66, but chances are your barrel might be 66 anyway, so you can just use that. Anyway guys, thanks for listening and see you next time. Bye.